Day one for Eagles training camp is officially a wrap, so let's talk about it. Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? This is Eagles Real Talk, episode one. I'm your boy, the host, Bry Wolf, here to keep it 100 with y'all every time I press play. With that out of the way, today was day one of Eagles training camp, and I'm ready to go over a little bit from what we've gathered from reporters and players and whatnot. So today, we did a little. We heard there was some 7-on-7 drills, and a few players were no shows. One being Jalen Rager. I know a lot of Eagles fans weren't particularly happy to hear that, considering he had some lower body issues last year that caused him to miss some games. So, with that out of the way, let's have some patience, man. It's just day one, all right? It's just one practice, a light practice at that. They did a lot of red zone action. So, just give it some time. I have a lot of confidence in Rager. Recently, I went back and looked back at a lot of his plays from last year, and he was getting off. I think maybe he didn't look as fast because he was injured, and I felt like this offseason he is healthy, even though he's already a little banged up for whatever reason. Maybe he just had some tightness. It could have been anything. But with that out of the way, man, let's see what he can do this year. Don't start, getting down on Rager, talking about, oh, he's going to be doing the same thing as last year. He's already hurt, this and that. Let's give it some time, all right? Another player I was actually pretty pleasantly surprised to see in Midnight Green one more time was, yes, Zach Ertz in his blonde, slim, shady, guess who's back? Back again hairstyle. Yes. He came in and, kind of stole the show today on social media. Everybody was, commenting on his hair and whatnot. But I think I think Zach Ertz is actually ready to play. I think the reports are right. I think he is kind of over all of the contract negotiation stuff that never went through and whatnot, and him wanting more money and all this. I think he's over that now. I think he's just ready to ball. I think he simply just is ready to, at least play one more year in Philly. And who knows? He still may get traded. There's still a chance that he could get traded. I know a lot of people are like, why can't we just cut him? Why can't we just cut him? Why cut one of our? Okay, he just needs 30 something catches to become the leading pass catcher in Eagles history, man. So like, why would we just cut that man? He caught the Super Bowl winning touchdown. He caught the Super Bowl winning touchdown. Don't make me say it again. We owe that man, all right? So let's just see one more time what he can do, back at the link. And, let's just see what happens. Because honestly, he could have a great season. He could be a great player for Ertz, especially. And I already like the Hurts to Ertz. I already like how that sounds. I can see myself saying that on Sundays and Mondays all year. So let's just see what he can do. Don't be down on him. He was also hurt a lot last year, like Rager. I think those are two players who have a lot to prove, and I think they're very excited to prove it. Now, let's get into our main man, Hurts. It is Hurt season. I heard today that he didn't have the greatest passing day, but with that said, he doesn't have all his weapons at his disposal. And it's only day one, and you're just getting your feet wet. So I heard he went 5 for 14 in red zone 7-on-7, which isn't bad. His first throw was actually a touchdown to Miles Sanders, I believe. So I am not worried. I am not concerned at all. I went back and I dove into his tape, his game film, and let me tell you, I think everybody who is down on Ertz or is sleeping on Ertz is about to get woken up game one in ATL against the Falcons. I cannot wait to see him run in that dome. It's going to be exciting. And last year, I was there when we lost, and boy, it was a tough L. So I know the Eagles are looking to go back there to get revenge, especially since it's game one. We got a new coach, whole new regime, basically. So I know we're going to go in there and handle business. But let's not get too far ahead. Let's not get too far ahead. I also really loved what I heard from the defensive side. We have a whole new defensive scheme. Well, let me take that back. I guess he doesn't. Gannon doesn't have a scheme. He just looks for to get turnovers, and he just wants to hit. So I'm really excited about that. I am really excited to have Nelson here to be the dynamic duo, Batman and Robin, him and Big Play Slay. Yes, Big Play Slay is going to come back with a vengeance this year. I can promise you that. I'm thinking like 5 picks at least this year. One, maybe two to the house. Who knows? But I know he's going to have a big bounce back year. If you go back and look, I don't think he had a bad year. He just got exposed when he was one-on-one, and that was a lot to do with Jim Swords. Sorry, so he was put on an island, and he had to go against Devonta Adams and all these top wide receivers, speedsters, got the strength. He had to go out there on an island and cover those guys. So let's just fall back in a new defensive scheme that probably will best fit him with a running mate on the other side who can also run around the field and also make plays and lock up some defenders. I think Big Play Slay is going to be back. But the man, the myth, the legend, Big Man Cox, I think people are sleeping on him too. This is year 10. He's got something to prove as well. Last year, he heard the doubters. He heard them. And I'm telling you, he's coming back, and he's at least getting 10 sacks this year. You can quote me, you can tweet me, you can screenshot this, screen record this, send it to me. Trust me, he's getting 10 sacks this year. Minimum 10 sacks. He's going to be a beast. Our defensive line is coming back. We're stacked on the defensive line. We're somewhat stacked on the offensive line. People forget our offensive line was in shambles last year. Shambles, 14 different combinations. It was damn near a new offensive lineup every single Sunday or Monday or Thursday. And it was, honestly, I couldn't even keep up. I really couldn't. I just stopped at one point. I'm like, who is that? Whose number, like, who is that? It was just so much. It was, and now, guess who's back? Brooks. We got Lane. He looks like he's healthy. He looks stronger than ever. He looks in great shape. And I honestly think our offensive and defensive lines are going to be the pillars of this team. And we just have to get the ball to our playmakers. And I know Hurts is going to do that because he is a playmaker himself. He is a threat on the ground. He is a threat in the air. People forget, since our offensive line was in shambles last year, he had to, get rid of the ball, just throw it out of bounds to the sidelines, or he just had to throw it away. There was only so much he could do behind that offensive line last year. It was completely in shambles. He was running for his life pretty much every game. So let's see what he can do with a stout offensive line and a weapon like the Slim Reaper. Oh my God, I cannot listen, man. The day that draft night, when we moved up and like the Cowboys traded with us to move up, man. That was, let me tell you something, Jerry. We may not rock with you guys in Dallas at all, but Jerry, that was a good move by you. I appreciate you, big dog. That was a real smart move because sending us Devonta, you just gave us a Hall of Famer, sir. Thank you. Like I said, that Slim Reaper is coming for every cornerback's souls who opposes him. Their souls. He is going to set the league on fire this year. Literally. A blaze. He's going to be blazing a trail every single game because these boys ain't going to know what to do with him. He's so slippery. You cannot handle that man. His speed is really kind of underrated too because that long stride he has, he can get to places a little quicker than others. He has a slim frame. Everyone talks about it. He's skinny. You don't look that skinny to me. Just because you got skinny legs, that don't mean you're not fast. That don't mean you're not strong. He's just built different. Literally, he is built different. and I cannot wait to see what he does this year. With that said, everybody, thank you for joining me. If you like what you heard and if you made it this far, you might as well leave a like, maybe leave a comment or two, and subscribe. And yeah, let's see where we can go with this podcast, man. Thank you for joining me. I am Bry Wolf. This is Eagles Real Talk Podcast number 1. Rate and subscribe.